Real quick, guys, before we get this video started, shameless plug of the video, make sure you guys get entered to win the 08. A lot of people thought that it was a April Fool's joke, that there's no way that I could be getting rid of my baby, which I will cry just a little bit, but the memories are getting ready to be passed on to one of you guys. The 08, the trailer, and $5,000 is up for grab. Your chance to win is at wrenchworks.com. Don't miss it. Get entered. We did actually just restock a whole bunch of stuff, so if you guys went to the website early when we launched a few days ago and stuff was out of stock, go back and check, because there might be a good chance that stuff is back on there that you may have missed out on. So make sure you get your entries in. Let's get into today's video. Yeah, more better. Anyway, guys, so let's get this video started. This all really started from an Instagram live that we did the other day. So we went live on Instagram, and in the background, you guys saw, or well, if you were on the Instagram live or not, maybe not, but you guys saw this little truck in the background. So we're having a little bit of a laid back weekend. I was like, you know what? You guys might see this truck in the background. Let's just nip it in the bud now. Let's go over the truck a little bit, because it's a really cool truck. It's a really cool story. It's actually Michael's truck. So Michael, an international man of many vehicles here. So the Corvette inside the shop is Michael's. This little truck here is Michael's. Michael actually built this baby. So we're gonna talk and go over this build with you guys, because I think it's interesting. I think it's really cool. So why don't we just start this video off with a nice cold start. You know, it has been outside this evening, and it was a little cold, so I figured, you know what, we're gonna move it out so you guys can see it a little better. We'll do a little cold start here. Oh yeah, man, it's so loud. I can't even hear you. Woo! Majestic beast. So
it's supposed to look like this.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I think people are gonna really love this truck. So obviously that's why we're kind of videoing it, showing you guys. So really, I'm gonna let Michael take the floor here on what it is. I mean, I guess, yeah, let's start with really what it is. Besides, I see a Chevrolet badge there.
It's a 3100, so it's a 1947.
47, that's what you call it, right?
Yeah, I call it the 47.
The 47.
Everything's got to have a name, you know. And then, really, it's a 2001 S10 that we set the body on. That's it. Like, it's 4.3, 4L60, two-wheel drive. It's a just supposed to be an easy get around, reliable-ish vehicle.
So it's a 47. What body style was it again?
3100.
3100 pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
They're real popular with, like, they call 5 windows. It's
okay.
Like the year right before that, because the ones everybody wants, there's like windows right here.
So, oh, the ones everybody wants is the windows right there?
Yeah,
okay.
I think they make like retro kits that you can put the windows in right there.
Okay.
It was always like a want, but yeah.
So I guess for those of you guys who don't know, you know, some of your background as far as like where you used to live, where you grew up,
mm-hmm.
where the truck body came from, and where the donor chassis came from, and all that.
Yeah.
Get into that a little bit.
Yeah, I guess it's how deep you want to go kind of story, but it's I guess like just to kind of hit like some bullet points, you know, like when I was, when I was 14, I started working for Don, and that was like, he turned into my mentor.
It's like 60 years ago.
It was a while ago, for sure. And then when I was 16, he bought this truck, and he bought it out of Half Moon Bay, California. Like his nephew went and looked at it, bought it, like it was like around the corner from him.
Okay. Was it just a body at that point?
No,
or?
it was a full truck, like
Okay.
1947, pretty original. And then everybody thought he was crazy, and then Don had it shipped back. Like that was the days of like pre-marketplace, pre-all that stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he found it, and then had it shipped back.
Because he was in Ohio.
Yeah. So
We're going from California to Ohio here.
Yep.
So Michael used to live in Ohio, but previous to that, used to live in California.
correct. Yep. So yeah, currently in the story, I'm living in Ohio.
Okay.
I'm 16. Don bought this, so that was like 2000. Sounds like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So let's see, like a year later, my mentor Don passed away, and then his wife had it forever and was just like didn't want to get rid of it.
Right.
And then I always loved it. It actually used to say Bishop's Wonder Truck on the door right here in spray paint.
Okay.
From his nephew. Like it was just always the big joke. Like it was the Wonder Truck.
It didn't run at that time, did it?
Uh-uh.
It was a full truck, but it still didn't run.
Right.
It was always going to be a potential project truck.
Yep,
Okay.
project.
Okay.
So then, I want to say like 10 years later-ish, maybe. Like,
Right.
I bought it, just like sentimental, like yada, 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 right? So bought it, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with it. And then one day, like some buddies and I got together, and we like made it run.
Isn't that always how it goes?
Yes.
Goodness, it really is.
I'll never forget, like Patrick and Steven and I, like we put a boat gas tank on the roof and like ran a gas line down the windshield wiper, like made it run, drove it around, and then the rod started knocking. Like the engine was like hurt. Obviously, it's a solid. So like the rear end was solid to the drive shaft. Like it's just very non-desirable things, and it was just kind of like
old.
Just
old
1947 things. So I just kind of hung it up and like didn't really know what to do with it. And then while that was all going on, my dad started an antique shop in California. So we're kind of bouncing back and forth here. And then my stepmom and I like had a surprise. Like we wanted to have a surprise for my dad, and that was like we had like probably like a year, maybe a little bit longer ish.
To plan.
To plan, yeah. So we're trying to have this truck, whatever it was gonna be, ready for a family reunion, and surprise my dad and all that stuff.
So like maybe put out in front of his antique shop or something.
Yep.
Or
I wanted him to like the vision was to have like he goes and picks up furniture and like drives it back to the shop or like delivers it or buys it and sells
with
it
his
whatever,
antique truck.
with his truck. And I just thought it'd be cool to show up in this rather than like, you know,
Yeah.
an F-150. Like that's
You're
honestly
just showing your true, like, I am an antiquer.
Yes.
Like, this is what I rock every day. Yeah.
And it looks good in front of the store. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Oh,
it just,
yeah.
It brings.
Well, the
it
skate
brings-
shop right down the road put one right out front. Like, just, you know, if you
Exactly.
old truck out front side of a business, yeah, you're in.
brings people in.
Yeah,
right?
you're in.
So, bought it or already bought it. Just kind of like now I'm like checking the truck out, and like there was just a lot of like weird connections of like, there was like a Stanford sticker in the back window, and like that's where I was born, like Stanford Hospital.
Oh, okay.
And then like it was from Half Moon Bay, which is pretty close, and then like it just like the whole California thing with me and where I'm from and everything. So that's just like it all just kind of hit home. And then let's see. So we started this project, and then we decided the best thing to do was just to kind of get rid of the underside of it, like update it, make it modern. The only rule that my mom had was it had to have heat and air conditioning because we have to be comfortable, otherwise we're never going to drive it. So it was just kind of like make it as reliable as you can and go from there. It's still a 1947 truck, right?
Right.
So then like the popular thing on the internet was to put it, just like plop the body down on an S10 and just kind of like followed that.
So you pretty much read that somewhere and you're just like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to make it as simple, as easy as possible.
Right.
So at this point, Marketplace is now a thing.
Oh, okay.
And it's like when it's hopping, right?
Okay.
So
you're like, shit, I can find a cheap S10. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So found an S10. The dude didn't even know where he lived. Like, I'm driving around with a truck and trailer getting lost, and like the connection here is like I'm driving around and all of a sudden like he's like, no, like try this street or try this address. I don't know why it's telling you to go somewhere different. And the next thing I know, I'm looking around, I'm like, man, this is really familiar. Like, where am I? So 4 doors down is my sister's house.
Okay.
Of where we bought this S10, like the chassis of the truck. So
okay.
It kind of like some weird way like drew her into it. Like, she saw the truck, the S10, every day, not knowing that of what it was. You know what I mean? So then we bought that S10, drove it home.
Was that a running driving truck? Yep. Or like was that thing in the dingweeds, or was that like
the dude like gave me like $100 off because he like hit the bed like on a pole or
pretty
something.
mint truck then?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was like a little scratch here. He like took some money off because of the body damage. I was like, man, you have no idea. Like, I appreciate that, but like thanks, right? So we got home, like instantly ripped the body off, like just tried to like go to town. I think like the hardest part was the budget. Like, we tried to stick to a really hard budget, and It was like there's all these retro parts that you can buy, and it was like, well, yeah, the thousands and thousands and thousands of every project just goes way north.
I'm only laughing because if I know anything about you, budget and projects, it's don't tell. Hey, if you have a project and like you're just like, Michael, I just want the best. Okay, that's all I want. Wrong answer, because you don't even know how high the best actually even goes. Yep. So like I can only imagine. Like that's why when I was asking you last night. So by the way, like I don't really know anything about the truck a ton, so that's why I'm kind of asking Michael questions. But I asked one question I asked him last night when we decided to kind of make this video was like did you buy a kit to like mount the body? Like how much like kit purchasing did you actually do to like make this whole thing happen? And your response was
we made everything. I keep saying we because I had a couple of buddies, Jason King and Ed Dean, like those two, between those two, like it just made it happen. Like we bought gauges, bought a shifter, did some stuff like that, but like literally like HVAC, like engine trans, I mean like brake lines, brakes, everything. It's just S10. Like I tried to just make it all fit because the budget always gets out of control.
Gotcha. So really basically just mounted this body right on that chassis, used the whole running gear, the whole drivetrain, everything.
Gas tank. I mean,
gas tank, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, everything.
Okay. All the wood in the bed was done by Don, the original owner.
Oh, okay.
Who I bought it from is his best friend Mark, who is a neighbor. So Mark and I like planed all the wood, cut it in our sections, did all that stuff. Like all the bolts and stuff were brand new. We like dipped them in whatever he said to dip them in, and like made them old and like.
Was the paint and everything like this?
This was except we. Like I said, it was like said Bishop's Wonder Truck on it, and sprayed it. Like we got that off. Like just tried to keep it. We didn't do anything with the body. Other than mount it. Yeah, that was.
But anything new that went on, you made look old.
Yeah, like these are original.
Oh, okay.
Some of these bolts are original, but others are old. Are new, just made to look old.
Sweet.
So, and then like the pedals, like.
Yeah, the pedals are honestly this door.
Yeah. 47.
Hey, man, 47, man. You know what I mean?
So the pedals, those were hanging on Don's wall since I've known him forever, and they're just like they're collecting dust. Well, his son, another Jason, he was just like into the whole project and knew it was going to my dad and stuff like that. So he donated that stuff and
like, hey, we need some pedals. Like, man, let's use some wrenches on the wall, man.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then like the gauges, we try to put like a little bit of a modern thing in to like make it all like easier.
I was gonna say like the gauges and the shifter are like the two things that I kind of noticed.
They kind of pop out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but like the steering column, like if you look in there, there's a bearing from TSC, like. Just like.
So did you basically just kind of like connect old to new wherever it kind of like landed? Like, it's funny because you look at one of these trucks that's done and you're just like, oh, cool, just slap the body on it and like rock and roll away. But like, no, No,
Not even
like
close. Yeah.
you know, like the steering, just all the miscellaneous stuff. So.
All the stuff you just don't think about.
So like these gauges, like how
Mhm.
did these gauges like?
That's
Are
like
they just
that's an autometer kit. Like it's
Kit.
it's for like the retro look. Like
and like meets up to the S10?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
that
Gotcha.
was a little bit of me, making things. but-
magic sauce.
Yes.
Magic sauce.
But yeah, a lot of wires. So.
And then just the factory S10 heater controls and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I see. Just kind of made it all work with the firewall, I guess, right?
Yep. Cut the box down. Like
Yeah, I feel like
just-
when you do a project, you're just like, hey, cool, no heat, no AC. Oh, easy.
Yep.
Oh, we only have very little things. Heat and AC, you're just like, firewalls are going to get creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you pop the hood on this thing? Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all out here.
It's all out here.
Yeah. Old school. But like, it's just so different because it's not a show truck. Like this emblem was just laying there, and I felt like it really had to go on. Obviously, like the mounts rusted off, and like we just welded her on there. You know what I mean?
Like what? So this says Thrift Master.
I don't know the story on that. I don't know.
Like you didn't like make that. Like
It's original.
that's pretty cool.
For what I know.
Well, it's pretty cool because you're like, oh, it's a thrifter, antiquer. You're like, yo, we got the Thrifster out here. I'm shocked that name didn't. The Thrifter,
Did
dude.
you make the cut?
Yeah, the Thrifster.
Yeah.
Now, guys, there's a lot of horsepower underneath here. Don't get too jealous, okay?
It's a V6 4.3 throttle body. I mean, just as stock can get. May have stole this off of, Hummins Cummins.
Oh yeah, this is. I mean, again, guys, this isn't like this wasn't intended to be like Michael's finest. You know what I mean? Like, take some of this for what it was. You know what I mean? It's just a project truck that I think is super cool and relatable. Like this would be what you guys would build. So.
Yep, this was built 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So really, I mean, S10 everything.
Yep. It's got cruise control. This is
got cruise control?
S10 cruise control. Yeah.
I mean, this thing has had some miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not really afraid to go drive this thing pretty much anywhere. I mean,
The only thing that's like kind of iffy on it is the gas gauge. So you just, as long as there's gas in it, good to go.
as long as you're paying attention to the gas.
Yeah, I need to like figure out the ohms on that. Like it's just one of those things. But like, see, like the coolant overflow, like I could have spent a couple $100. Instead, somebody had some old mason jar and you just kind of stuck it on there. Like,
Yeah,
it's just such a different because it's not like, oh, we need to meet SFI rules, we need to meet NHRA rules. Like it's just like, yeah, we need to go down the street.
It needs to run and drive and be safe and not be like all the way sketch.
Yeah, it was so different for me. So it was a different enjoyable. So
Yeah.
The goal was to. My dad was always worried about like it being stolen. Like it's California, like things come up missing more often than here. And I told him.
You said that very nicely.
I told him that we could make it to where it lays down on the ground. And it would be harder to steal because he was always afraid about like the wheels and tires being stolen.
Oh, right.
So basically, I told him I was going to airbag it without telling him I was going to airbag it. And like
We can just put it on the frame, and
Yeah.
then that way you can't get it off.
yeah. So he would like one day he just got like he just got excited and was like I'm shipping it out to you. Let's do that.
Getting back to the surprise, when you built it in Ohio, you guys completed it in Ohio with the gang, and then
Yeah.
did it make it there for that
there's-
surprise? Like
the short story of that, 'cause we can't just like skip over that part, is it got done. Like we had a couple weeks to like make it happen or to like make sure it was good.
yeah,
Jason was driving it back and forth to work for a couple weeks or a couple days or whatever it was, whatever it ended up being. I was planning on leaving, gave myself like 4 days to drive to California.
because you're gonna drive it out.
We're going to trailer it.
Okay.
We always plan on trailering it. So we had a couple days to go. I think the day we were gonna leave, the AC condenser started leaking. Like it just like was sitting there and just started like pinhole leak,
Right.
whatever. So then that like put me a day behind. And then the day we were gonna leave, I was driving the truck and trailer into the shop to load up, and then I got sideswiped. Like the lady didn't see the trailer, like came over, like she tried to get really close to me,
Right.
hit the trailer, and then just like it just like kept going and going and going.
You're like, what is happening right now?
So now it went from like 4-day trip to like 3-day trip really fast, and then like the hours were just counting down, and then we ended up driving 52 hours straight. Like slept in some parking lots here and there. It's 2,500 miles
To make it happen?
To make it happen, we showed up like as everybody was showing.
Yeah,
up,
like,
just
just like rolled in hot. Just
oh yeah,
we're here.
bags on your
Oh,
eyes, just
man.
beat up. Like, and I actually took Dawson's truck there with this on the trailer. So like, it just ties everybody together. You know,
Man, we're
in
really
this
just going
weird way.
full circle here.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
goodness. Wow. That is
So-
cool. So that's what I mean. It's a really cool story.
Yeah, yeah.
Really cool story, honestly.
Also, too, it's really cool. Like, I actually went and picked it up, like a couple weeks ago or
Yeah.
something now.
Yeah, recently.
So
Otherwise, they would have seen it and been asking about it.
yeah, true. So then I went and picked it up, and then I had it on a trailer, went and saw some friends at, like, per usual Ohio trip. So, if you can follow all this, so Don is the guy that I bought it from.
Yep.
Jason is his son, and then he had a son who is named him Don. So there's Don, Jason, Don.
Whew, that might be okay.
It might be a lot.
That might be a lot. Got
But it was cool because Don got to see it. He was like
Which
playing. He saw it. He was jumping around in it. Like it
Yeah.
just like brings everybody together, you know.
Yeah.
So like, and then Jason King, the other Jason, he has some kids. They love playing in it, and jumping around in it. Just
old truck things.
old, yeah, exactly. Like
Old truck things.
it's not old enough, or it's not nice enough to like, hey, keep everybody away from it. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, get everybody involved in it.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of
That's cool.
the fun part of it.
We're about to go through deep in this thing.
Hell yeah, there's 3 seatbelts.
Is there really? All right, let's do it. You're driving. I'm not driving. Ready to get in?
You're going in first.
I'm going in first?
I gotta film both of y'all.
I thought you were in the middle, bro.
No, I gotta film.
I hate the skiing position. Golly.
Yeah.
You want me to operate the gas?
Yeah, you can. It'll be fun.
Here you go. Do I get to control this thing? The shifter.
Yeah, she's in neutral.
Oh, she's in neutral right now. You know, just old truck things. All right. We're off. Now imagine if this is a Emmanuel. All right, I might knock you like a couple builders points here. Where's the cup holders at?
Oh.
Cup
So
holders.
between the cup holders and the radio, my dad was
the radio.
my dad was just not about not having a radio. Like he would bring his Bluetooth speaker box
And like just set it up
just
here.
jam out on his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel in the Peterbilt right now. No heat, no air, no radio. It does have one cup holder though. Does this phone charger work?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, the phone charger works. I mean,
We're good to
you got a radio, right?
Yeah.
Is this part of the horn? Like the
Yeah.
whole thing is the horn?
Yeah, it doesn't work, but
The horn doesn't work?
we need to make it work. That'd be cool.
Does it have any horn?
I honk it about 700 times every time.
I was gonna
drive
say, I
it.
keep seeing you do this, and I'm just like, is
I
that
don't know
part
why.
of the horn?
Yeah, I don't know why,
Do the wipers work and everything too?
but like this is the switch, and they used to work, but I haven't.
You're not like fully acclimated back to it. Yet,
No, I just,
you
you know,
you haven't needed them. Let's just not.
that's right. That's right. It's the 1947 spring in the seat, you know.
It's the original seat.
Yeah.
The original seat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you recover it?
Yeah. Yep. New cover, but yeah.
So whoever was bouncing down the road in 47 was sitting on these same springs. Wow.
Be serious.
What a vibe.
It's nostalgic.
Nostalgic. I believe Dawson's words were nostalgic AF.
That is that 4.3 too, you know? Grab.
Whoa, easy, don't. Wow. Is that full throttle right there? Not even on tune 5 right now, dude.
Tune 2 right there.
Oh, not even on tune 5. I love it. See, that's the whole reason behind the shirt.
Minus the wind noise, you know.
So the wind noise is probably just what, like door seal kind of stuff, or is it glass, or
This window is, you know.
I do see daylight there.
But there's a hole right here because when it rains, the water drips on your left foot. I know that. The last time Jason King drove it, he brought it over to me when it was raining, and his left shoe was wet.
Is that why there's a sock down here? Is that from his left foot? There's a sock right there.
You never know.
Yeah.
These are questions
It's a left.
we don't ask.
Yeah, is that a left sock right there? Oh. The steering wheel's so big that it's like here's half of the vehicle. You're only like a couple inches away. It almost takes up the whole half of it.
I don't think they had power steering. That's why they're so big.
Got that extra leverage.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Okay.
That's a great thumbnail spot. Alrighty, my friends, that is pretty much going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the story on the 47. Such a cool old truck, but that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Go crush Monday. Make sure you guys get entered to win the OG 08, the trailer, and the whole setup, guys. Don't forget to do that. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. We'll see you in the next video very, very soon. Getting ready for Smoky Mountain Truck Fest. We have got a lot planned. We will be there making a ruckus for sure. We'll see you guys.